Hey guys, my name is Jess. Welcome back to 44's channel. Today's video is the 9th video in the series I created on the 12 laws of the universe. So if you haven't already checked those other ones out, definitely go check them out after this video. I've made videos on the law of action, the law of correspondence, the law of attraction, the law of vibration, and then a few other ones. And altogether I'm going to be making 12. So this is the 9th one. And today's video is on the law of relativity. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and then if you'd like to see more of my videos in the future and get a notification, subscribe to the channel and then click the bell next to it. But let's hop into what the law of relativity is. The law of relativity states that everything is relative and everything relates to everything else. So what exactly does this mean? So if I hold up this book and I'll ask you, what size is this book? Is it big? Is it small? We can't really say or describe what size this book is without looking at another book. So if I hold up this book example, we could see that this book is small in comparison to this book. But if I hold up this book, then I would say, oh, suddenly this book is big and this one is small. But we wouldn't have a size for them without looking at other things. So that's what the law of relativity basically says, is that everything is relative. And it's like we describe things based off other things. Example, a car is fast because this car is faster than that car, or this car is slow. You wouldn't know that the car is slow until you had a faster car. So when I was busy researching the law of relativity, one of the things that stemmed to mind was social media. And the reason why it came to mind was that I see social media as a place where it's very easy to compare yourself to other people. I mean, it's basically like a little thing in front of you and it has access to everybody. And you can see everyone in the world on your phone. Like right in front of you, you get to see everyone's lives, well, their advertised lives. You can see what they're doing, what jobs they have, how much money you think they're earning, all the things they have. And it's like we can see their success and their happiness and their relationships. And it's very, like for me personally, in the past especially, I've found it quite difficult because it's like constant comparison. And you can actually feel quite content and happy inside. You can like your decisions, but it's like as soon as you have the social media in front of you and you see what other people are doing, suddenly you aren't so proud of yourself. So imagine, example, you've just achieved something and you're really proud of it, but then you go on social media and you see these other people have also achieved all these other things and your achievements is like nothing compared to that. Or for me, example, I remember at the beginning of the year, like this year I decided I wasn't going to go like look for a job or anything like that. I wanted to like do something on my own. And I felt like that was a good decision for me. I really genuinely felt like it was a good decision for me. But then when I went onto social media and I saw like this person has a job and that person has a job, I would feel quite bad about myself because of it. And it was so crazy because I kept saying to myself, that if you wanted that, you would have like tried to get that. And it was like I was happy without looking at other people, but as soon as I looked at other people and other people's values and other people's expectations, then that's suddenly when I felt like unhappy or I felt this lack. And I mean, you might also have experienced this with, example, relationships. So example, if you are a single person and you are very happily single actually and you enjoy your own company, and then you look at social media and you see all these people in relationships, and then it's like you might feel that lack and you might feel like, oh, I don't have one, so therefore like I'm the only one who doesn't have one. And then it's like you become sadder just because you compared yourself to somebody else. When in reality, if you took all that away, if you took all the comparison away, you would be perfectly content. So I think when it comes to the law of relativity, it can help you in that sometimes maybe you'll want to achieve more example, if you see other people achieving all these things, then maybe it will also inspire you to achieve more, to push yourself further. I mean, take athletes example, they tend to get better when they see other people doing better, and they try to copy other people's success. So in that respect, relativity can be quite good. But I think, as I was saying, like the downside to it is that it's like you constantly feel like you're never good enough, because you're constantly looking at all these other people and everyone else is always better than you, and like it doesn't feel the greatest. And I think like that's where the law of relativity isn't so great, is when we feel bad about ourselves because of it. So I have two ways in which you can manage the horrible-ish feeling that you can get from the law of relativity and comparing yourself. So the first one is gratitude. Gratitude is about looking at your own life currently, looking at what you do have, and just really feeling blessed and happy and lucky to have all of that. So instead of looking at what you don't have, or looking on social media and seeing like they have that, I don't have that, look at your own life and see like what do you have? What are you grateful for? Because sometimes all these things could be right in front of you and you don't notice, but you would probably notice this if you didn't have it but somebody else had it. Then like if you didn't have it and someone else had it, then you would want it. But if you had it, you probably wouldn't even like notice it or appreciate it. So gratitude is just really about looking into the present, looking at what you do have, and really trying to stay in that energy and not letting yourself get like sucked off into a lack of stuff, that horrible feeling. Like focus your energy on what you do have, focus your thoughts on what you do have, because your thoughts will feed into your subconscious, and then eventually like your energy will shift and you'll just feel better all around. And then the second thing to do is every single time you feel that feeling, I don't know if you feel this, for me it's like this awful empty-ish feeling. That's when I'm comparing myself to someone else, or I feel like a lack. It's like an empty-ish feeling. So I think like for what I do when I get that empty-ish feeling, I really try to analyze it and work out why it is that I feel that way. And to try work out, is it my feelings? Or to think like, would I have these feelings if I was on an island by myself and there were no people running around? So that could be a way to help you navigate through the feeling, is to actually just look at the feeling and try to understand why it is that you have that feeling. And then to decide, do you really feel like trapped or sad or whatever, or is it just like an illusion because of these outside external factors? Because for me, a lot of the time it feels like it is kind of like an illusion, and I only will feel like sad and unhappy because I'm comparing myself to someone else. But if I stop comparing myself to them, like I feel happy actually. And it's like this comparison, I feel like the comparison is the thief of joy, because it takes away our happiness. And it's like you really could be happy and stuff, but you're letting this this thing like take that away from you. So I think just awareness is super important. So that's all for this video on the law of relativity. I'd love to hear from you though. Do you experience the feelings that I was talking about, and do you think that comparison can take away from your happiness? Because I mean, these are my own experiences. I know that for me, that it feels like sometimes I am unhappy when I look at other people's things and see all of their success. So I'd like to know if that's something that you experience too. And if so, do you have any other ideas on how to cope with that? Because I suggested too, the gratitude, and then just analyzing what you're experiencing and seeing if it's an illusion or if it's really real, or if it's based off an illusion, or if it's really real. But I'd love to know, like, have you come up with different ways? Like, how do you actually navigate comparison and the law of relativity? But hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again next week with a new video. Bye guys!